This is silicon. It's not a nonmetal, it's not a metal, it's somewhere in between. But if there's one rule about silicon, do not burn it indoors. Because if you burn it indoors, it can release silica dust particles, which can lodge themselves in your lungs and essentially give you a form of asbestos poisoning. Fun times. Sulfur is also very dangerous to burn because it produces sulfur dioxide, which is a colorless gas that irritates the lungs, and sulfur trioxide is essentially anhydrous sulfuric acid and will once again irritate the crap out of your lungs because it turns into sulfuric acid when it comes in contact with the moisture of your lungs. So definitely don't burn this without proper ventilation, and probably outside in the wind would be better. Then we have natural gas and pretty much any carbon-based volatile or just carbon itself. Because if you don't give it a decent flow of oxygen, it will produce carbon monoxide, which is incomplete oxidized carbon, and it really wants to be fully oxidized, so it is very attracted to oxygen and very much loves oxygen, so it will pull oxygen out of your blood. That's not good. Then we have phosphorus, which one of its allotropes, white phosphorus, is banned by the Geneva Convention because it self-ignites, it releases super toxic fumes. You can put it out with water, but as soon as the water goes away, it reignites, and it sputters a lot. It's also super sticky, and the only way for you to put it out, essentially, is for you to just let it go out on its own. So, yeah. Then we have alkali metals. Pretty much any alkali metal, actually. Actually, all alkali metals. If you burn them, which they do burn, you don't usually think of metals burning, but these ones very much do. You can't put them out with water because they will explode. You can't put them out with, pretty much any normal firefighting equipment because they're so reactive that they will just react with them. And they also produce basic metal oxides, which is basically just anhydrous drain cleaner, and you do not want to be inhaling anhydrous drain cleaner because it messes up your lungs. Then we have pretty much any other metal, because any metal that can burn is likely too reactive to be put out by most firefighting equipment and can literally rip oxygen out of water, producing hydrogen gas, which will explode. So essentially what you have is a catalytic reaction. The water catalyzes the reaction with oxygen and makes it even worse if you ignore the hydrogen intermediate. Then we have hydrogen, which it doesn't usually burn unless you have a very low amount of it. It usually explodes. If you have a decent amount of hydrogen concentration in oxygen or air, it can be set off by something as small as a high-energy cosmic ray, perhaps, or ultraviolet light, or a microscopic spark. And hydrogen-oxygen mixture is 3 times as energetic per weight as TNT. I am not making this up.